So, welcome to everyone. So, I'm thrilled to welcome you to today's webinar on building resilient cybersecurity. We are proud to host this event in partnership with Kaspersky, a global leader in cybersecurity solutions. Joining me today is Anuj Sharma, Presales Manager at Kaspersky, who will be sharing his expertise on how to strengthen your organization's security posture. Together we have together we are here to provide you with some actionable insights to safeguard your business in today's evolving threat and landscape. Before we dive in, I would like to introduce you to TechBag. So TechBag is a SaaS marketplace designed for customers across verticals and different team sizes. From small, medium businesses to larger enterprises, we cater everything. We partner with the global technology leaders like Kaspersky to bring you the best-in-class solutions to meet your IT security needs. Whether you're looking to browse products, to explore deals, or even to write reviews, TechBag is one-stop solution platform to discover, adapt, and manage the tools that you drive for your businesses forward. Right now, for instance, you can save up to 60% on selected products. So go back and it's never to miss out such a marginal percentage discount. So moving forward, as an official Kaspersky reseller, we are committed to provide seamless sales and implementation support. At TechBag, we manage the entire sales cycle for our customers, from initial consultation to deployment and post-sale support as well. Our goal is to help businesses like yours adapt Kaspersky's industry-leading security solution with ease and confidence. And to our broader portfolio, beyond cybersecurity, TechBag offers a comprehensive portfolio of IT solutions. We cover everything from backup, recovery to endpoint security, application security, network security, IT asset and service management, endpoint management solutions like UEM, MDM. Whatever is your IT challenge, we got you the right match for your solution. And we are proud to serve a diverse range of customers, including companies like ChipEdge, LiveSpace, EY, who trust to their support and technologies while they focus on skilling and excelling the driving innovations. That's a quick snapshot of what TechBag is and what we do. Now I'll hand over the presentation to Anuj to dive deeper into Kaspersky solutions and let you know how they can help you build your resilient cybersecurity. Over to you, Anuj.
Thank you so much, Saquib. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, team, for such a great introduction. So, hi, team. My name is Anuj. I'm a pre-sales manager in Kaspersky, and I will today walk you through what Kaspersky is doing, what is our product portfolio, and what we are doing in space of cybersecurity. So I believe most of the people who are here, they must be aware about what Kaspersky is doing in terms of antivirus, because that's the first memory which I had of the Kaspersky since I started getting into the cybersecurity. But having said that, the security cyberspace has been expanded gradually, and now we are not even we are not an antivirus company right now. We have more than 4,000 SKUs. We have so much of products in SOC, in OT security, and IT security, which eventually I'll going to walk you through. So I'm sharing my screen, and you can confirm if you can see it. Just give me a second. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Great. So today we are, Saquib, you need to confirm me if you can see my screen, and if I'm, can If everything is there, you can see the presentation, right?
Yes, I can see the presentation and just enlarge it. It is into a slide format.
I've just done it. Give me a second. Let me do it again.
Yeah.
I'm turning off my camera. I think there's some bandwidth issue, so just bear with me.
Yeah.
Hope you can see my screen now.
It's coming up.
All right. Just to give you a quick introduction, what we are doing. So, Kaspersky established in 1997. So, we have a threat intelligence base of more than 25 years. Having said that, we have more than 250,000 of customers across worldwide, and the 4 million of end users who are using our solutions, right? So we have presences more than 200 plus countries, and if you see the security base we have in all sectors like industrial, government, threat intelligence, intelligence agencies. So all those kind of organizations are using our product. So yeah, so we are trusted cybersecurity uh, solution providing solutions, and we are not only a ADR or antivirus company. We have a larger portfolio, which I will show you in the next slides. So today I'll talk about a little bit about endpoint security. So think of it this way, that any of the user who is using endpoint being the last resort of the threat actor. Like for first layer of security is going to be a firewall, then there will be a different security solutions like sandboxing and NDR. There are a lot of mail server, mail security. There are a lot of things are happening. So first layer of defense is going to be a firewall. So if everything has been prevented then and there itself, it's great. But the end goal is to reach to the endpoint. So we have to ensure that our endpoint should be secured by the trusted solution. How we can do that? We can reduce the attack with using the best security endpoint security solution. We can have the best optimization of that resources with trained staff, and how best we can use the make use of the endpoint security. What are the entry points, like how the attacker is getting into any of the endpoints? We need to identify. So we are constantly working day in day out. We are getting so much of phishing emails, phishing links. So these can be the endpoints, entry points for any of the threat actor. What is the root cause? We need to identify what are the true scope. So any of the file which you are downloading, any of the links which you are downloading, or any of the links you are accessing or the web access could be potential threat, to your organization or to your endpoint. So what could be the possible problems we can face if we don't have the EDR? What is the root cause? We need to identify those things, right? In order to do that, we have multiple bifurcation of our EDR offering. One is going to be next EDR foundation. That's for the basic. Next EDR optimum, which is going to be for the mid-size enterprises, and next XT expert is for the threat intelligence, like any dedicated team where there's any targeted organizations. For that reason, that Kaspersky next EDR XDR expert will be there, right? So foundation is going to be taking care of most of your threats, which is I would say, apart from signature based, there are anything is happening in terms of anomaly detection, any of the attacks which is 0-day attack. Those kind of attacks can be taken care by the EDR foundation itself. I am moving on to the another slide, which will give you a quick visibility about what we are doing in terms of stages. Okay, if you can see my screen, there's stage one, Kaspersky Security Foundations, where
Anuj, sorry to cut you off.
uh,
From the attendee side, they are not able to see the full screen, and the movement of screen is also not happening.
can you
Just check.
tell me which slide I'm at right now?
You're still at the first screen,
Okay,
and
let me do it
full screen.
again. Give me a second. I think,
Please reshare it.
yeah, sure. I'm sharing my entire screen. I believe you must be able to see it now. Can you see it now? Saquib, can you confirm?
Yeah, I can see it, but it is still not in the full screen. You can do it one thing, just zoom it in.
No problem. Does this look good?
Better.
Okay, so I'll just quickly run through what we've been through. So I just wanted to give you a brief about like what we've been doing, how many customers which we have, how many users we already existing users, and we have the presence across all over the globe in different industries like government agencies, private institutions, industrial organizations. So each and every organization, any bit of the Kaspersky is using. So we are very trusted cybersecurity provider, and most of the threat intelligence agencies or intelligence agencies are also using our security products. Okay, I have just while I've been talking about our security products. So in terms of ADR, we have three offerings, right? Kaspersky Next ADR Foundation, that is comes with the basic functionalities. Most of them being taken care by the advanced level of threat engines, which is going to prevent based on the anomaly and behavioral detection, which we will talk about it. Another is Next ADR Optima, which comes with advanced features with terms of threat hunting. And Next ADR Expert is altogether a different ball game because it is for the most of the SOC which requires extensive threat hunting. They have been maybe targeted by threat actors. So those kind of requirement can be taken care by the Next ADR Expert. Okay. I will just run through the Kaspersky stage by stage process. If you can see my screen, there's one stage one is commodity threats. So bulk of the threats can be taken care by the commodity threats, which is comes with security foundations. We have different solutions: Kaspersky Endpoint Security for Business, Embedded Security, Hybrid Cloud. Right, that falls under the endpoint itself. We have different offerings of Kaspersky Security for mail server or for internet gateway is also there. For security storage, for example, storage security is also there. And if you have any specific servers, the servers can be taken care by our endpoint agents. And again, Kaspersky Security Awareness Essential. This is our tool, which is sort of a training tool. For example, I'm sending the phishing links, to end users, and we will try to analyze how many your employees are aware about cyber security and how to click on those links. So those kind of training and awareness essential plans are there, right? And we again have a premium support and professional services to help you and cater your network infrastructure better. And there's a different incident response team, MDR team, managed detection team that will be there. And in optimum security, the the feature sets enhanced a little bit in terms of threat hunting, quarantine of endpoint, managing any sort of unknown attacks which is there in the system. If any lateral movement is going on, any sort of attack is happening, that can be taken care by the optimum security. Again, we have a detection enrichment threat intelligence portal which comes under the Kaspersky Optimum Security and IT Security, that falls under the evasive techniques. Now the stage three is complex and APT-like attacks. So when we talk about APT-like attacks, APT is like uh, any of the targeted organization. For example, we have threat actors who are sitting on the dark web, and if they are targeting your organization, so how many tools they can use, what kind of a malwares they are use, and if there's any suspicious activity which is happening inside your organization, so you should have the visibility about it. You get the later movement, you get the chart, everything falls under the MITRE ATT&CK framework, that how what is the entry point in which computer files are infected. So you will get a full visibility about it, and that has been segregated in multiple products also. So when we talk about Kaspersky Next XDR Expert, it includes Kaspersky cybersecurity training, threat intelligence, anti-targeted attack, extended detection response, security assessment, compromise assessment, and SOC consulting, incident response, security awareness ultimate. So if you try to consume what I am sharing my screen, so we have a set of bundled tools and techniques, which is including our professional services, which falls again like incident responding team, SOC consultant team, MDR team. That when you bundle those solutions together, it gives you very comprehensive security in terms of managing Kaspersky product as well. So probably if you are still taking some time to understand the product and trying to doing the hardening of the product and creating more complex security rules, meantime, our security consultant can help you assist in identifying what kind of risks, what kind of security posture you can install in your network infrastructure. Another, I just want to make you sure like what are the things which should be required in terms of your endpoint security. So you should have the visibility and analysis, like how many endpoints do you have, how many endpoints are running on Windows, Linux, Mac, and how many of the internal users are there. What are the threats visibility you have in terms of, so all those things should come under the say a single pane of glass, right? If you have any IOCs, for example, detected in one of the pieces, do we have the same IOCs in the different pieces? So those kind of a visibility should be there. So our tool is giving you the visibility in a single pane of glass. Like, it gives you visibility in terms of any of the file which is sitting in your C drive. In C drive, there is a temporary folder. In temporary folder, there is one .exe file, which is a malicious one. So you should have that kind of a visibility and what kind of exploit these are doing. So once you have the visibility of those kind of threats which is sitting in your network, probably you can do a threat hunting, and you can do the, if you have the telemetry of this particular file, probably you can scan through all the systems which are there in your premises, and you can extract or maybe quarantine those endpoints which are already infected. Root cause analysis will be provided, like how it came, what was the entry point, and what kind of a harm they can provide, and is there any harm which they have already done, like encrypting of any file, or maybe changing the registry key. Those kind of things should be given to you. Cross endpoint threat scan. You will be having multiple IOCs. You can create, you can find the similar, like any of the new threat which has been detected on any of the endpoint. You should have the IOCs so that you can pull out all the information from different endpoints, and if any mitigation is required, that should be automated itself. So automated responses, again, which I'm talking about, like, if you will be having the visibility of prevent execution or quarantine, if you want to remove and quarantine any file, it should be provided in a single click, like various options: isolate host, quarantine file, scan critical areas, prevent file execution. So the idea is to make sure like these are the preliminary checks which should be there with any of the endpoint security, and these are the things which should be taken into consideration while evaluating any of the endpoint. Moving on further, I will showcase you that what kind of feature set and the scan engines we have, which is preventing any sort of attack. For example, exploit prevention. So tracks executable, runs vulnerable application, and blocks suspicious activity. So any of the file which is being downloaded by you, for example, recently I've heard that one of the employee downloads one file, and that is again an image form, and it turned out to be a JPG file. And when they have downloaded this JPG file, that JPG file was a malware, and it infected the whole system, locked the system and done the lateral movement. And again, it created a lot of noise within the system, though it was being prevented. But by the time it was prevented, it already exploited most of the data. It created a CNC communication with threat actors, and already sent a lot of information to the threat actor. So exploit prevention is something that any of the file which has been executed in your PC, your ADI should be able to prevent it. Remediation engine is like any of the changes has been done within your endpoint, like a file has been created or maybe deleted, or any of the registry key has been added or compromised. Probably you should have the remediation of those things, like uh, the end user should be able to undo those changes. If any encryption has been opened, we should decrypt those files. Web protection protects incoming and outgoing data over the web and prevents dangerous script from running. For example, uh, you are accessing multiple websites. Those are legitimate. Let's take an example. With a search engine optimization, Google is showing 3, 4 websites which is coming on the top. So let's take an example. I am clicking on the Kaspersky, but instead of Kaspersky legit URL, I am getting something else. I don't have the visibility if it is legitimate or not, but with the search engine optimization, because they have paid to the Google, they are coming on the top. And by mistake, because I'm in a hurry, I clicked on the top of it, and then probably I am just being phished, because that is a phishing website that is impersonating as a Kaspersky one, and you are being targeted, right? So you should have the web protection. Right set of websites should be there. It should be whitelisted, and when you're clicking on any of the malicious website, your threat database or website phishing URL and malicious URL database should be there, which can indicate these are the legitimate websites or not. So you should have the web protection. Mail protection, again, scans incoming and outgoing email messages for threats and stop them from causing harm. And if those emails have any attachment, which is an infected one, or which is an malware, which can execute any file within your PC, your endpoint should have the visibility. System hardening, you can create the policies in terms of application. What are the whitelisted applications? What are the blacklisted applications? And how many URLs needs to be allowed? What are the things which, so system hardening can be taken care, so that we can restrict our end users to access only those things which is required for the business continuity. Adaptive anomaly control, like again, all those engines are working with AI and ML technology. Anything which looks suspicious, we have certain parameters. If anything goes beyond that, and if those parameters have been flagged, it will be able to detect and prevent those kind of unusual behavior. Vulnerability and patch management, like we have multiple applications stored in our database. For example, Kaspersky has recently flagged one of the major vulnerability of Google Chrome, and what it was doing, it was avoiding sandboxing of any of the file. For example, any file, I'm downloading it, and it is going for the sandboxing to emulate, like if it looks legitimate, how they are performing, if there's any Excel file which have in the macros enabled to it. So that sandboxing was bypassed with the Google Chrome, and Kaspersky was the one, and the great team was the one who have been able to flag it. So vulnerability and patch management should be there. So any of the application which have the vulnerability exposed, the endpoint should be able to prevent from any such kind of vulnerabilities. Application control, again, application web control and device control, which we have already talked about. Like we should be able to restrict the application which needs to be downloaded in your system. And if there's some malicious application, because we are getting so many applications downloaded by default. For example, I'm clicking on the link, I am getting any application has been downloaded. Most of the time, there are certain PDFs, applications, zip file is getting downloaded. So we should be able to restrict that download, and if that download is happening, then probably we should be able to restrict to be installed in your PC, so that no application can exploit or execute within your endpoint itself. So it can be taken care by the application control, web control, device control. We can harden the rules. We can make more comprehensive security policies for the web control and the application control. Another is behavior detection. ML algorithms detect previously unknown malicious patterns of application behavior at the earliest stages of execution. For example, by any chance, there are certain malwares which is being downloaded at your PC, we don't have a signature. It's a 0-day malware. It is not doing anything, right? It just sits silently within your PC, but for after a certain period of time, like 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month, it starts behaving abnormally and sending some data to the third party or creating any communication. So those kind of behavior should be identified based on your ML. There's another thing which we are doing, and we are also learning the behavior of the endpoints, right? So by any chance, any end user is not using your laptop, and when it is connected to the internet, some kind of connection has been established to third party or threat actor, those should be able to those kind of attacks should be able to prevent. Smart records, like selected features of analyzed files are run through a fine-tuned decision tree to detect malicious properties. So we have all the chain, right? So think of it this way, that we have a key chain of any of the threat or any of the malicious file which is being installed in your system, and when it has been stopped and which engine was able to prevent it. Those kind of tree and charts will be able to see within your management dashboard. Kaspersky Security Network, like it is again analyzing your traffic between internet and your endpoint, and if there any malware suspicious behavior has been identified, it will be able to flag. Host intrusion prevention, again, it's more based on the antivirus, like any virus trojan which has been there in the system. Those kind of signature and the set of database must be installed within your Kaspersky threat intelligence database, and that can be prevented. Bad USB prevention, that is one of the key feature which I would say. So what is happening when I was talking about the firewall being the first layer of defense and the endpoint is going to be the last layer of defense. So most of the organization have best of the security. But when I'm, everything can be controlled, like internet has been controlled by the firewall. We are allowing only the legitimate websites. We are restricting our endpoint to access any malicious application or with the websites or phishing websites. But that is being taken care. But what if someone is using a bad pen drive and inserted in your PC, and this is something which should be detected by the ADR agent, because now the pen drive is not being scanned through the firewall. Now the pen drive has not been screened through the mail server. So when you're using any bad pen drive, your ADR agent should be able to identify the threats within it. So think of it this way. I've seen many scenarios when the pen drive has been, randomly been thrown anywhere because that contained the malware, and you found it and you put it in your laptop. What happened? The pen drive is executing executing the malware, and from there you might not be aware about that what kind of a malware will be there. It just passively providing all the information through the threat actors, and the moment you are connected to the network, that threat actor can can take the entry into your network and can do a lot of harm. Having said that, we also have mobile threat defense. If you have iOS and Android, we also have those agents to provide security to your mobile devices. Threat intelligence portal, again, file analysis, sandboxing. If you have any file like PDF, Microsoft, like a PowerPoint, or maybe PDF, those kind of files with there. If there's any active content like URL, any of the macros which has been enabled, those things can be disabled from the sandboxing, and it will emulate actually in a real time and will provide you the verdict, like if it is a legitimate, and you can download it further or not. Okay. Threat lookup, again, if you have any suspicious IPs, file hashes, domain, you can go to the threat lookup and you can check if before clicking on it or before accessing it. Web address analysis, again, we will be having a set of URLs which is there, like sometimes which is happening. Phishing URLs comes in the form of Kaspersky.com. So Kaspersky, they what they can do, they can use the dash between Kaspersky, and it looks like legitimate domain, but it is a suspicious or the typo squatted domain, which is again a lookalike domain. But it's not exactly what Kaspersky domain look like. So if you have any sort of URLs. If you come across any kind of URLs or phishing links, you can go and you can check through the threat intelligence portal. So majorly these are the engines and the threat. These are the engines and the security tools which we have, and we have incorporated in our ADR platform. And those are sufficient enough to prevent you through any point of entry from your endpoint. Your web protection is there, your disk protection is there, your port protection is there. Uh, any of the malware which is restricting to coming through different platforms, zero-day attack, any fileless malware from your email, anything is coming, that can be taken care. So I have summarized those area solution. One is application behavior, exploit protection, HIPS, remediation engine, file threat prevention, web threat prevention, mail threat prevention. So I have 2 slides for that. If you have any questions, you can let me know. I will be able to answer. So this is I'm just taking like 10-15 seconds of break for you to consume what kind of a feature set we have in EDR itself.
Yeah, if anybody has doubts or queries, you can just speak up, or you can just drop a message at the chats that we have. We'll be very happy to answer your questions. You can just either type your questions at the chat box or the Q&A that you can see in your console, or you can unmute yourself and ask the questions.
Thank you, Saquib. So I'll just quickly summarize this thing. So application detection behavior. One of the example which I remember is there's one of the user installed application for one of the security appliances. I would say. So this was for the air purifier. So one of the user installed application for the air purifier, and it was giving you like what is the PQI, what is the status. But parallelly, that particular application was a infected machine, because that machine was doing a lateral movement. So you can't trust even the trusted websites, that trusted application, that what kind of information they are gathering. So think of it this way: most of whenever I'm going to any hotel or maybe any visit any places, it's not limited. So whatever I'm talking right now, it's not limited to the ADR itself. Think of it this way, that most of the people are asking for your personal information, like your phone number, your email ID. Why they are asking it, right? Sometimes I'm going to some cafes, they are taking my photo. Why they're taking it? Because they're gathering some data, right? So we have to be conscious about that, what kind of data we are sharing with third party. And those are the data which has been used by the threat actors to send you phishing emails, right? For example, Anuj, this is your personal email ID and that's your phone number. We have got from some client. We wanted to have some discussion. For that, I'm sending you one email invite for a video call for. But this is a phishing email. But what that invite is, that is a malware. So we are just trying to our agenda is to automate security as much as possible to avoid any sort of human error. So threat actors are majorly using the benefit of the human error, which is we are doing on a real-time basis, and we are most of the time we are also not aware, despite having multiple training sessions, multiple sessions. So we should be able to create a security platform or the infrastructure or ecosystem in such a way that human error can be mitigated up to some extent, right? I will move on to the another side, which is giving basically a bifurcation about our offerings. So basic level of EDR comes with the EDR foundation.
Sorry to cut you off. Before we move forward, we have a question from Vishal Bharti asking, what is a post intrusion prevention? Please explain.
HIPS is like most of the time it is like any of the malware. Think of it this way: this is viruses or the trojans which is already crawling through your networks. Host intrusion prevention system, like most of the time it is based on the signature based. You must be aware about like any of the viruses or the trojans which is infecting your files or maybe copying the files, slowing your system, creating the cache and recording the cache. So that falls under the HIPS part. So I would say, in summarization, when we are talking about majorly about signature-based threats, that is being taken care by the HIPS itself.
Vishal, does that answer your question?
So HIPS is again, we just like we say that we have an antivirus. So ADR is a added or enhanced version of antivirus, which includes the set of signatures for like your endpoints. So that is being taken care by the HIPS feature. If you have any questions, you can ask me again if you want me to elaborate a little bit more about it.
Yeah, we just got heads thumbs up from Vishal. I think we're good to go, Anuj.
Great. So another feature, so this is the slide which is basically bifurcating our offerings. So foundation is going to be the start level of ADR. I would say if any of the organization who is having 200, 400, 500 of the employees, probably ADR foundation should be good enough for them to install, because of the user base. And there are a lot of things which can be mitigated by the ADR foundation itself, because the advanced region like behavior detection, exploit prevention, remediation engine, firewall, HIPS, most of the threat based engines, engines any which is I would say preventing most of the zero-day attacks can be taken care by the ADR foundation itself. That is being covered. Having said that, if you move to the next ADR Optimum, it comes with a more comprehensive security, which includes threat hunting, IOC, right? So I have a user base of 1,000 employees, probably 1,000 or 1,500 employees. This ADR Optimum will be able to manage your endpoints pretty well. Any host is infected with any ransomware attack, it can be quarantined. If you want to delete or remove, or you want to isolate any of the PCs or set of PCs, you can isolate from the network. If you want to terminate any processes, that can be taken care. So it is more about threat hunting. If you have a mid size of IT security, uh, not very comprehensive in terms of, if you have a small user base of like 1,000 or 1,500 or maybe 2,000, you can have the ADR Optimum, which can be done. When I'm talking about Kaspersky Next ADR Expert, it's for the targeted organizations. For example, any of the organization which they see, in their threat report, in their security incidents, if they are getting threats on a regular basis, they are being attacked by the DDoS or maybe any malwares, if they've been targeted from any of the threat groups. For that reason, Kaspersky Next ADR Expert is something which I would highly recommend. It comes with two things, right? So expert next Kaspersky Next ADR Expert also comes with Kaspersky Next XDR Expert. So if I'll talk about a little bit about XDR, it is based on the AI and ML detection. It is think of it this way: this is an umbrella. In under this umbrella, we have 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 of endpoints. So anything which has been detected or flagged from any of the endpoint, or maybe I have a different solution of Kaspersky. For example, I have an NDR. So nothing has been detected by the endpoint, but something has been flagged by the NDR, network detection response device. So that threat is being sent to the XDR platform. XDR will send that particular IOC of the threat to all the endpoint agent to spread it further. So XDR is taking care of all the endpoints in a single umbrella. And XDR, when you have Next EDR Expert, it will give you the threat hunting telemetry of all the devices where this particular endpoint has been installed. And having said that, when I'm talking about all these solutions, all these solutions are available on-prem, so you do not need to even go on a cloud. you will get a comprehensive investigation graph. Everything has been followed under the MITRE ATT&CK framework. So you will be able to categorize from where the attack has been originated, how many files they have infected, if they have changed any registry key or they want to remediate it, that can be taken care. If you want to delete any of the file, if you want to quarantine any of the PC, all those kind of processes can be taken care. So your last line of defense is something which you should not be able to, you should not compromise. The best of the security should be there. By any chance any of the threats have been come within your premises, the ultimate goal is to do the lateral movement to infect your PCs, to do the ransomware attack and reach out to your end server. Having said that, we have the kind of same similarity functionalities available for the server security itself. Are we good enough? I'm just moving to another set of portfolio, which I'll talk about what kind of security solutions we are providing. Meantime, if you have any questions, you can ask me. So I'm moving on to Kaspersky for IT environments. So again, I'm telling you, Kaspersky, the first thing which I've told you that, first thing came into my mind when I was, before joining Kaspersky, is an antivirus company, but I was wrong. Kaspersky have most of the security solutions. I believe the security solutions in the product portfolio Kaspersky have don't, and not any other OEMs having it. We have the prevention at endpoint level. Okay, ADR foundation will be there from essential to advanced. If you can see my screen. And if you see network level, we have Kaspersky security for mail server. We have dedicated mail server security. If you have any on-premise solution or on cloud services, we have those services available. And when it comes to advanced security, we have Kaspersky anti-targeted attack. So we call it as a KATA, Kaspersky anti-targeted attack. So Kaspersky anti-targeted attack includes few of the modules, which includes EDR, endpoint detection response, XDR, extended detection response, NDR, network detection response, and sandbox. So we combine 4 solutions together to provide you comprehensive network or the endpoint security at network level or at the endpoint level. Now we have Kaspersky hybrid cloud security also. We are providing security on the AWS, GCP, Amazon, AWS, GCA, and Azure. So those platform have been covered. Workload protection is also there. If you have any SecOps and developer team in-house, you can optimize our workload security, and all those securities. If you can see here, container security is also there. SD-WAN we have pretty much good. Fraud prevention is there, scan engine is there, and DDoS prevention. And when I'm talking about the security itself, we also have mobile security as well, which I believe is not included here, but mobile security is also there. We have dedicated agent for mobile security for iOS and for the Android agent. Another set of features we have Kaspersky security awareness, which I have already told you about. Like, we have a campaigns sending to all the employees to see how good their rating is, like how many malicious URL they are clicking it. So you will get all those kind of information. Threat intelligence is something which I'll talk about. Kaspersky cybersecurity training for the IT administrators, those who are managing the IT tools, security tools. So cybersecurity training is available for them. We have services like professional services, security assessment. If you want to assess your security to see the posture, how good your security system has been employed, what kind of policies there are there, is everything okay? So those kind of things can be taken care. All those security products which I was talking about for IT security can be monitored and taken care by the XDR platform. Any of the solution which you have, one solution or two solution, on the top of that we have XDR. So XDR is monitoring it, and everything can be taken care with the single pane of glass. Another offering which we have is OT environments. So we have a very comprehensive security for the OT infrastructure, for the manufacturing, for the power, for the medical. So OT security can be taken care. Like if you have any manufacturing plant where PLC 01 PLC 0 level, level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3. At different points, we have our security solution deployed, and those solutions can be deployed at different stages. Okay, so SCADA security is there, network devices are there, controller and IoT are there. So if you have any of IoT or maybe OT environment within your premises, we have dedicated devices installed for the OT security, different protocols. So we are not merging IT security with the OT security, because we are aware that OT security have different set of protocols, different sets of utilities, different sets of mechanism, and they're also using the legacy OSs. Considering those facts, we have dedicated tools for the OT security. So more or less, this looks like an overview of our product portfolio between IT environments and the OT security. The another thing which I can vouch for Kaspersky is our threat intelligence platform. So Kaspersky threat intelligence platform is one of the best threat intelligence platform. Most of the intelligence agencies are using our platform. Certain is our existing customer who are taking the feeds from the Kaspersky. Now, when we talk about threat intelligence, what exactly do we mean, right? So think of it this way: anything which is happening across the globe, which probably not of the Kaspersky customer, but something is happening across the globe. Anyone saying something? Okay, so something is happening across the globe. One of the threat actor has targeted somewhere in USA or maybe in Ukraine. Any of the cyber attack has been done. So our team, our great team is there. So when I say great team, great is the name of the team, right? So they are actually working on the dark web. They are analyzing the malwares they have been using. They are doing the reverse engineering. They are trying to identify that what kind of a damage can be done by this particular malware, and based on that, we are creating the IOCs. So we have threat lookup. If you want to identify any threat malware, like you can upload the URL or maybe any of the file on at the threat lookup. You can see how it looks like. Digital footprint intelligence is something that we have a presence in our dark web. So think of it this way: if your organization have any of the data breach or any of the user name compromised on the dark web, you will get visibility about it. Kaspersky threat analysis, sandbox attribution similarity, those kind of threats can be taken care by the threat analysis. Threat intelligence reporting, like APT, crimeware, ICS, these are the threat intelligence reporting will be there with our threat intelligence tools. Kaspersky threat intelligence in threat infrastructure tracking. Another is like we have takedown services as well. For example, if I'll talk about, you have any of the phishing URL, suspicious domain, any of the thing which is impersonating as your organization, we are also doing the takedown. Think of it this way: a TechBag have one of the URL, and someone is also using the same logos and everything, and they are impersonating as a TechBag. So TechBag can let us know, and we can take down their the website which is impersonating as a TechBag. Kaspersky CyberTrace, like it's a threat intelligence platform and data feeds. So when I'm talking about threat intelligence, I'm using talking about the IPs, URL, hashes, and any of the files which is there, MD5 or ICS feeds or the OT feeds. So everything can be taken and comes under the part of OT security. I believe I've been able to cover most of the things which I wanted to. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I'm more than happy to answer questions. Over to you.
Thank you, Anuj. So we have a question coming from Joyce. Can Kaspersky help with WhatsApp? Like a bunch of our SDR connect over WhatsApp, and often links are shared. So can Kaspersky restrict that?
So WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted. So we don't have the visibility about it, what is happening. But when you have any endpoint security which is installed in your mobile device, so let's take an example. You receive any malicious link. We might not have the visibility what is happening between your chats, but as soon as you click on the link, it will redirect to the browser. Our agent will be able to prevent it if it is a malicious one. if you have any of the messages which is coming, like, which comes with the link, which is a malicious one, we will be able to block it. If you have any application which is passively monitoring any of your data or sending it to someone, we will be able to prevent it. So mobile security will be there, but as a matter of fact, WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted. It is not allowing any of the third party to scan through what is happening between the chats.
Yes, Vijay, hope that answered your question.
Is it possible to restrict Google Workspace users to access or add outside organization files? Yeah, of course, that is doable. With the fine tuning of the policies, you can do that. With application control, you can do that.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's a lot of things which you can do with the help of, web filtering, application filtering. You will be able to define about Google Workspace for the Microsoft Office 365 application like Teams. So, what are the things which you want to restrict? For example, I can restrict to upload any of the file on the WhatsApp or maybe download. That is something can be doable. And it is not something which it's a very basic feature. It can be taken care by the firewall itself. Any questions further? I think there are a few questions. Is and network security in India? Say, is network security included in EDR package of Kaspersky? Or what network security you're talking about? Like, let me just pull through the slide. Sharing my screen again, and you can just confirm if my understanding is correct. You can see my screen, right? So this network you're talking about, right? So just to keep it clarity, endpoint is going to be at the end of your endpoint. When we talk about network, it comes with a bundle of products. So in network, we have Kaspersky security for mail server, which is, so we have segregated the security products based on their end usage. For example, at endpoint is being restricted to your laptops, your workstations, your server. When it comes to network, most of the traffic comes from your mail servers, and we have sandboxing, we have NDR, so that is being categorized within the network. And workload is again going to be your whatever you're developing in applications or maybe coding, those kind of things has been bifurcated in the workloads, including your cloud security. So network, if you talk about Kata, Kaspersky anti-targeted attack, yes, it is included, but it comes with the multiple solutions like sandboxing, like NDR, like XDR. So it is a bundle of multiple solutions. But when it comes to network, not exactly this falls under the EDR component, but it can be bundled with network products. Okay, great. Thank you so much. I believe I've been able to address most of the questions. If you have any questions, I am writing my email ID to you. You can just drop me a mail, and I'll be more than happy to assist.
What we can do is, Anuj, what we can do is, if anybody has any questions or want to deep dive into the product, Raj, can you just put in the booking Calendly link on the chats? You can directly book the calendar, or if you want to have a product explanation or demonstration of the product, where me, Anuj, and Raj will be there, so that we could you know get to know your requirements deeper, and we can deep dive into your use cases and offer you the solution as per your needs and infrastructure that is to be required. So please check the chat. Raj has just now put the Calendly link to the meetings. You can schedule the meeting as per your availabilities. That's not at all an issue. Anuj will also be in loop with that, so that we can have a one-on-one meeting and try to understand the use cases and get in the best product possible.
Just to give a quick brief about myself, that I have been able to work. So I have more than 10 years of experience in cybersecurity. I've worked with multiple organizations like Palo Alto, Checkpoint, and Cyber. This is one of the dark web platform. There's something which I have a strong feeling about Kaspersky, because being the Russian organization, most of the threats are originated from Russia only. When I'm talking about Russia, and I want to make sure that you have to understand what kind of a highly secured and dedicated team we must be having in our Kaspersky. We have more than 5,000 of employees, and out of that 2,500 employees are the researchers only. So our threat intelligence is very strong, even though most of the customers claim that our antivirus solution is capable enough to do a lot of prevention, even though they are not using the ADR thing, right? So I would say just try our product, and if you want any sort of demo, if you want to see any POC, you can reach out to TechBag and reach out to me directly for any kind of discussion. We'll be able to assist on that. All right, that's all from my end. If you have any questions, you can let me know. You've been great audience. I am more than happy to answer your questions, which has been put across the chats. I'll be more happy like if you send more queries to us. If not, then probably I think Saquib can take it from here itself.
Yeah. So thank you guys. It's been really great that you guys joined here. And it will be really great if you just book the calendar and have a deep dive into the product to understand your use cases in a deeper format. So the calendar link is already there. Please feel free to book the calendar. It is completely free. We don't charge anything for the consultation part. It's completely free of cost. Even though if you feel that the product is not there, we will try and get around a walk around, and Anuj will try his best to get it across. So please feel free to join the webinar. So join the link, click on the link and book a demonstration, so that we can have a one-on-one conversation and understand your infrastructure in a more deeper manner. And please don't worry about the cost and the quotation part. We will give you the best price possible. Best in the market, I can assure you that.